Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Quick reminder, this video is for subscribers only, so if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, you're missing out. You need to do that now so you don't miss this content or any future content. I'll give you some time. Today we are breaking down the top 5 pitches I've gotten from the fan bases, and before we get into that, I have to say, Reds fans, I love you guys. I see you guys out there. I appreciate you all. I didn't include you in this video strictly because it wouldn't have even been close. You would have been number 1. And that doesn't make for a very fun video. So don't freak out. I love you guys and hope to see you all soon. All right. I broke this down into 3 categories when I was evaluating the fan bases. We got consistency, we got creativity, and overall volume. All right. I'm going to rate each of them. So the number 5 fan base is the Yankees. The Yankees, they've been creative. They're probably the longest tenured fan base trying to recruit me. They started trying to recruit me, I mean, shoot, it seems like a year or so ago. There's been some photoshops. I think someone put CeCe's jersey on me and a picture of me throwing, which was really funny. I like some of their photoshops where they just kind of scribble over the hat in blue and they write the NY on there. Just the kind of intentionally bad photoshops that are really funny. They really get me. So they seem to think, though, that they have to sell me getting along with Cole and the media market not being too bad. And that's just such a fake news story. I get along fine with my teammates. Don't have any problem with Garrett at all. I've said that multiple times, but the media just likes to run with it. And that's the other thing they try to sell me on, is that the media is not that bad, but I kind of know it is because I've talked to people that play there and I understand it. Not that I'd have any trouble with the media. I think I'd have a lot of fun with the New York media. But that seems to be their approach. They're on Instagram a little bit. They're on Twitter a little bit. I'm going to read a couple of the fun ones that I've seen just in the last couple of days. I'll put them up on the screen so you can check them out. Cole on the front of ESPN magazine, and they got me in a New York jersey. So they went a couple different ways. They photoshopped me into a Yankee jersey and then photoshopped me onto ESPN magazine cover. And they got a little thing of Aaron Judge pointing up to the top. Pretty cool, pretty creative. Another tactic that they've been using is this one's pretty good. Just announce Trevor Bauer to the Yankees on a whole bunch of different tweets. So Donald Trump actually has this tweet, the president, and someone responds to his tweet saying, "Announce Trevor Bauer to the Yankees," which I thought was hilarious. It made me laugh. We got MLB Network saying, "Post your best Bauer outage Photoshop," and someone responds to it and says, "As a lifelong Blue Jays fan myself, we don't want you. We want Springer and Real Muto. I think you'll fit better in the Bronx. I heard they could use a starter." And of course, when clicking on his profile, he's a Yankees fan, so kind of trying to backdoor it, make it look like other fan bases don't like me and that I should definitely sign in New York. So a unique approach. You know, they got some creativity, they got some uniqueness. They've been around for a while, but I rated them as an 8 on the consistency standpoint. I see something about New York quite often. I think they're a 4 on the creativity, though. I think they could get a little bit more creative. I think they've got some good stuff. But I think there's been other fan bases that have been more creative and thought outside the box a little bit more. And I got them as a 4 on volume because I see a trickle of stuff from the fan base, from the Yankees fan base, but it's not a flood like some of the future fan bases I'm going to talk about in this video. So number 5 with a total score of 16 out of a possible 30 is the Yankees. All right, moving right along to number 4, and this one is a sleeper, the Giants. All right, and one thing I have to say about the Giants is I personally haven't seen a lot from the Giants fan base. However, they've been super creative, and for this reason, I gave them a 9 on creativity because they've started going after agent Rachel Luba and giving their pitch to her. I mean, they've gotten super creative. They know that she's a Northern California resident, someone who grew up there, a fan of the Giants. They've been after her hard. Get Trevor Bauer to San Francisco and giving her all the pitches. So 9 on creativity for sure. A very unique approach. You know, going after the person that's negotiating the deal instead of the free agent themselves. It's different. We'll see how effective it is. I think it's rarely seen. Could be highly effective. Could not be. Remains to be seen for sure, but definitely have props on that. They're pre-ordering Bauer jerseys. They're saying that if Bauer signs here, I'll buy all of your merch, or I'll buy his jersey, or I'll go to every single game, or I'll watch every single one of his starts. They're going after it hard, getting creative with it, talking about the ballpark, talking about how I won't give up a lot of home runs, looking into my stats and saying, he gives up a lot of home runs. That won't happen here. Look how much the fan base has loved prior pitchers like Lincecum and stuff like that. So pulling out a lot of the stops there and getting really creative going after Rachel. However, the consistency of it is a little bit less than some of the other ones. It's kind of hit or miss. Every now and then there'll be some comments that come in and a little bit of a wave, and then they kind of fall off for a little bit. So I rated them a consistency 5, creativity 9 for the unique approach, but volume is a 4. There's a couple accounts out there that are somewhat consistent, but overall, as a large fan base, I think they could be a little bit better on the consistency and the volume side, which is why they come in at number 4 on my list. Still pretty good, top 5, not top 3 though, they're number 4. Total score of 18 out of 30. Number 3, I actually forgot to show some of the screenshots of some of their pitches. I did like this one right here. Reporter, look at the team you were going to sign with in the offseason, and they photoshopped Giants on the picture. I thought that was pretty creative, taking a picture from my Instagram and making a meme out of it and Photoshop. So these are the couple ones that I found recently that are pretty good. But we're going to move on to number 3, and I think the top 3 are really, really impressive all around. Certainly any of them, for a number of reasons, could have been number 1, but number 3 on the list so far is the Slam Diego Padres, the Friars. Super fun fan base from what I've seen. I mean, just watching some of the videos at the end of the year with them in the playoffs and, supporting the bus as they were leaving and partying in the streets and stuff like that. Obviously, super fun team watching them this year. So the fan base is really trying to play that up and use that as the pitch that they're giving me. Come to Slam Diego, come be part of this environment, come be part of these fun fans, this fun team. We got a young team, exciting, all these different things, which is a great way to sell the Padres, because all of those things are true, and they're probably, they have the reputation of being like the most fun team in baseball right now amongst the players that I've talked to from their team, but also from other teams that just watch them play and stuff like that. They got a great thing going there. So fan base is playing that up. I'm really impressed with a lot of their memes. Obviously, I have a little bit of a history with Manny Machado, so they got me here. They got Manny holding me, his son. Both of us are in Padres hats. I thought that was really funny. Playing up the relationship I have with Clev. Obviously, Clev's my boy. We've been friends for a good while, dating back to our time in Cleveland. Everyone knows about our relationship and that whole thing. So they're playing that up. They're photoshopping me and him sitting next to each other. I thought this one here with us sitting in the dugout, the photoshops with, the hat they photoshopped on Clev there is small, which is great. I thought the sideways hat somehow that they did on me was pretty creative. And the caption as well, reasons for Bauer to sign in San Diego, best Mexican food, one of the best fan bases, most exciting team with a lot of energy, city's dying to win, raw young talent, top 5 farm system. So they're giving this whole pitch in the description of a really creative Photoshop. Again, I'm a sucker for the bad Photoshops, the intentionally bad Photoshops, and this one is very creative and very good. Here's a couple other screenshots here. They've been after Rachel. They've been after the whole gambit. So consistency, I gave them a 7. They've been consistent. They've been pumping out the content. Creativity, I gave them an 8. They've been super creative, like I said, with some of the memes, and they've kind of hit the different avenues. They hit me with memes. They hit me with Photoshops. They hit Rachel with the same things. They're kind of all over the map, spreading out the love. And I gave them a 6 on volume. Could up the volume a little bit there, San Diego. There are some days that go by where I don't see anything from you guys. But overall, a total score of 21, which is good enough for 3rd place on my list. All right, number 2 is the New York Mets. Man, what a great time to be a Mets fan. So much excitement among the fan base right now. You got new ownership. You got some free agent signings already that are, supposedly, or that you're supposed to be excited about, that everyone is excited about. Great signs. You got Trevor May over there, had a great year. The owner on Twitter, Steve Cohen's on Twitter, saying he's going to be signing free agents and they're looking to get people and kind of keeping fans in the loop. So the fan base is super passionate right now, super excited, super energized. They're trying to assemble a super team. They're looking at, let's go get all the free agents, because the fans are like, oh, we have the opportunity to go get all of them now. We're going to compete with the Yankees. We're going to spend more than the Yankees. We're going to beat the Yankees. You have that rivalry in New York between the Mets fans and the Yankees fans. And the Mets fans feel like they can compete right now, and they're going to be better than the Yankees and go head to head. So that's been fun to watch. They've been out there with the photoshops. I mean, photoshops of me on, this one right here is pretty spectacular. You got the Thanos hand. You got the Thanos hand with the different faces on it. I think that's super creative. It's been fun to watch that. You got me in a t-shirt. They photoshopped one of the Mets shirts that was selling last year onto me in a different ballpark. They got the bad photoshops. They got the good photoshops. They got the jersey swaps. They're going after Rachel. They're going after me. They're all over. They're on Instagram. They're on Twitter. They got creative pitches about, hey, they're selling, come pitch with Jacob deGrom, back-to-back Cy Young Award winners in the same rotation. They're selling the rotation as a strength as a whole. You got deGrom, you got Syndergaard, you got Stroman, you add Bauer to the mix. And they keep going on. They talk about the offense last year. They talk about just all that different stuff. And it's been fun to watch the Mets. Like, I've seen them a lot. They've been in my mentions. They've been all over the place. So, yes, the Mets, they've been great. Here's a couple shots of some of the pitches again. Some of the pitches I've been getting, some of the tweets and Instagram messages. So on the Mets, I rate the consistency as a 10, the volume as a 10. The fan base is out there. They're every day, not a day goes by that I don't see many tweets about Bauer to the Mets. Creativity, I think there's been a couple more creative fan bases, but that's certainly picking up right now. I rated the creativity as a 5 at the time of filming this video. However, in the last couple of days, I have seen an uptick in some of the creativity out of you Mets fans. So definitely taking notice of that. Overall score, 25 out of 30. Definitely doing a great job, but not quite good enough for the number one spot. The number one most impressive pitch that I've gotten from a fan base this offseason has been from the Angels fan base. All right, the Angels here. I'm just going to put some screenshots up there while I'm talking. You got, my head photoshopped into into an old school picture, pouring champagne in the clubhouse. That's a good one. I like that. Playing off my love for spraying champagne. I'm not sure if that person watched the recent vlog or not, but I wouldn't put it past the Angels fans to have watched that and made that Photoshop there. They got Bauer to Anaheim trending number 1 in the sports section on Twitter at one point this offseason, which is super impressive. I mean, from a volume standpoint, the number of people that have to be tweeting about that is definitely impressive there. I mean, they got memes. They're talking about the playing with that offense. Obviously, they're playing up the team. They're playing up the city, the opportunities for brand building, the opportunities in the media market. They're talking about having the money to spend and playing with Rendon and Trout and Pujols and Ohtani and a lot of the young players they have. Griffin Canning is there, and they know that I was teammates, or not teammates, but we both went to UCLA, so they're playing up on that. Pretty impressive stuff here from the Angels. I like the ones where they have the check signed by Artie Moreno, and it just says whatever it takes in the dollar amount value. We got SpongeBob memes, which is I'm a sucker for SpongeBob memes as well. I didn't watch SpongeBob a ton growing up, but the memes just make me laugh so much in the way it's used. So we got SpongeBob memes. We got fake billboards, photoshopping me on billboards and stuff like that, which is great. Just overall, a really impressive campaign from them. They even utilized some of the same tactics. that the Yankees fans used. Responding to my recent tweet, I said, what do you think of this, Blue Jays fans? Is Toronto a good destination? In response to some stuff that Randall Grichuk had to say about recruiting me to Toronto. And this person responds back, we hate you, sincerely, Canada. And of course, when clicking on their profile, they're a hardcore Angels fan. So again, they got the impersonation. Overall, it's been really a good push from the Angels fan base. So consistency 10, volume 9, and creativity, I have them as a 7. Could be higher than that. I probably rated that a little bit too low on in retrospect when I'm talking about it right now. But for a total of 26, could be 27, 28. Certainly, I think there's a little bit of room for improvement for everybody always. So no perfect 30s right now. But those are my top 5 so far, the top 5 pitches I've gotten from the fan bases. So if you didn't see your fan base on here, you got to rally the troops. Got to step up the game a little bit. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do so now. Tell your fan base and all your friends to come subscribe to my channel. I'll take notice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.